I did everything in my first year of engineering, and once that was done, there was a void. What do I do next? हो गया. Steps follow करता था, काम कर गया तो great, नहीं काम किया तो on to the next hack. And one day open my email and Google says your ad account is banned, and all the money is taken away. You're not gonna get $1, right? I was like, ouch. So build, fail, build, fail, build.
We'll start. Here's a very close friend of ours. His name is Vaibhav Cincinnati. Vaibhav is one of the most creative engineers that I personally know in my life. Like he's not just a techie. He's a creator. He's a marketeer. He's a founder, and he runs something called Growth School. He's also a great human, but I don't think that that is what you are excited about. But he runs a company called Growth School, which is one of the finest programs in the country when it comes about different upskilling programs. And but more than that, Vaibhav's journey has been a very interesting one. Right across from his college on how he has become a marketer, how he's done tech in life, how he's become a founder. So we thought that today, by the way, how many of you want to become founders in life? सब लोग founder बनेंगे तो मतलब ठीक, cool. So cheers to everybody, by the way, who wants to become a founder, because some of you will actually become one. And the first step of becoming a founder is to start dreaming that you want to become a founder. So whoever raised their hand, cheers for step one. Okay? Now, so we would love to hear some bits about how Vaibhav, like what does Vaibhav do today? How does his life at Growth School, where did Growth School essentially come into place? And then we'll understand what was he doing in his roles, like whether he really made an app which was not live because of technical failure or not. And his stints at Uber, he has also worked at Klook, which is a global travel platform. And then we'll understand from him that what kind of life choices he took during his college times. Like what did he do different? Kya different kiya Vaibhav ne in during his college times? Kya choices li? And what kind of extra exposure that he got because of which he has done what he has done in life today, right? So what was the differentiator between Vaibhav and his peers and friends who essentially were doing whatever they were in? And I hope some of those learnings a lot of you can capture, because your competition in life is not the people that you are sitting with today. Your competition in life is probably every student who's sitting in every campus across the country. This is your safe circle. These are the people who you will work with. These are the people who you will collaborate with in life to grow much, but your real competition is out in the world. And how to basically go ahead of them and how to be the top 1% is something that we look forward to learning from Vaibhav today.
Superb. Okay, before I get there, I noticed a few interesting things that I've never noticed in a classroom. I've seen mobile phones right next to the desk. I've seen laptops. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, guys. Not one of your professors, don't worry. I mean, actually, you guys don't have professors, which is so cool, right? But yeah, that's actually quite cool that you guys
don't even have textbooks, right? Yeah.
Why textbooks? Papa, mummy ko iPad mango. No, fair. Okay, I'll get right in here. Right? Sorry, didn't pick up. Okay. Yeah. Again, with quick introduction, like Mukul introduced, my name is Vaibhav Cincinnati. I'm currently the founder of Growth School. What we do at Growth School is we give roadmap to people to become the top 1%. But the reason why I was a little surprised about a few people knowing about me is because we usually cater to people who are already in their working jobs, right? जो 25 साल जाके stuck हो जाते हैं ना, उनको हम पढ़ाते हैं. So that's what we do. Before this, like I said, I worked for Uber and Klook, right? Today, just to talk about the scale of Growth School, uh, in the last 3 years, we have done 3 million learners from, I think, 28 different countries.
Okay, 1 million में कितने लाख होते हैं? सबको बताए ना ये? ठीक है, cool.
Yeah, 30 lakh learners from almost 28 29 different countries. And लोग क्या पढ़ते हैं जो अभी आप पढ़ने वाले हो वो थोड़ा लेट पढ़ रहे हैं, right? Like people come and learn tech skills like full stack, product management, AI. How many of you guys have used ChatGPT even once? How many of you guys have not? Wow, you're right. But basically, one thing that we teach is how to use ChatGPT to 25 plus year olds. While this classroom, everybody has used ChatGPT, which is great, phenomenal. Good job, guys. Good job. Right, and like I said before that, worked for almost 5 years, 5.5 years, 6 years in two different companies, Uber and Klook. If you guys are from Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Patna, Kanpur, Mysore, Nagpur, any of these cities, I'm the reason why Uber exists there because I was doing the job of launching Uber in these markets for India, right? And then I worked at a Klook, a company called as travel tech company called as Klook. Now, that is not what you want to hear from me. The outcome that you wanted to hear from me is what did I do in college? So I studied in this. See, I come from a small town in Orissa called as Barampur. Anyone from Orissa here? Nice. Kemiti acha?
और सारे साथ में बैठे हो.
Obviously. But I'm a Telugu guy, so I speak Telugu as well. Any Telugu people here? Ela unnaru andaru? Nice. Okay. So I come from this place called as Barampur, Orissa, and like every other small town in every city every town in the country, right? We are always trying to hustle, trying to do things differently to get to a tier 1 city. Correct? That's what I was doing. How well did I do in my school and college? Exceptionally well. I used to pass in 7 out of 12 subjects consistently, right? All throughout my schooling. 10th क्लास में थोड़ा एफर्ट मार के 65% 70% लेके आ गया, ठीक है. Then I studied 12th in Hyderabad and went on to engineering. Like, I mean, back in the day, now the dreams have changed is what I realized. Back in the day, the only big dream that parents and even the students had was IIT जाना है. IIT नहीं होता है तो NIT जाना है, right? हमसे कुछ नहीं हुआ, हम गए GIT, Geetham Institute of Technology, right? Geetham Institute of Technology and Management, which is in Visakhapatnam. That's where I did my engineering, and that's all about my education. Now, because all of you guys have got into engineering right now, I will tell you things that led me to do what I did eventually right now, right? यार, first year of engineering में ना खूब नाचा, like literally. I used to love dancing. I used to love robotics. I did everything in my first year of engineering. And once that was done, there was a void. What do I do next? हो गया. Competition जीत गया. Robotics, IIT खड़गपुर में जाके robotics का competition जीत गया. वो खत्म हो गया. That box was ticked. What do I do next? And this is when I got into the kida of learning and hacking things. So I got into this world of ethical hacking in the end of first year of engineering. I don't think you know any of these. Right? Ethical hacking, found a few bugs in a bunch of very cool websites out there, won some bug bounties. 6 months later, got bored of ethical hacking, saying, what is this? This is all this process. Fancy word के लिए ethical hacking बोलते हैं, तो ये तो पूरा simple process कोई भी कर लेगा. वो खत्म हो गया. उसके बाद I started to get into, teaching people ethical hacking because I was like, चलो ये पढ़ाते हैं. Right? As I was teaching people, people loved it. Right? And during this process of breaking things, right, one thing that I really enjoyed doing was Android. Android was, right now what ChatGPT is, was Android back in the day. That old I am, right? So I started to hack Android, trying to hack Android. Now all this sounds very cool, but essentially कर क्या रहा था, आप जो करते हो मैं भी वही करता था. गूगल में जाके देखता था, स्टेप्स फॉलो करता था, काम कर गया तो ग्रेट, नहीं काम किया तो ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट हैक, राइट? Did a bunch of these learnings. All these learnings I put together on a website which I called as Discovering Android. This was me in my first year of engineering. वो website launch किया and that went crazy. How to create a website? Now everybody will be like, Vaibhav, what great thing did you do? Right? But back in the day, it was like a fancy thing. So created a website, put it out there. A lot of traffic came, made a lot of money actually through something called as Google Ads, AdSense, right? But then one day I open up my email and I get an email. Google owed me $5,000, right? Because that's how much money I made from ads. And one day I open my email and Google says your ad account is banned. And all the money is taken away. You're not going to get $1. Right? I was like, ouch. But in this process of doing this, I learned how to make websites. So I shut down Discovering Android, started one more company called as Crazy Heads. This was my second year of engineering. And Crazy Heads, what did I do? I just made websites for others. Right? Ran that for about 3 years, worked with 100 different clients while working out of college in a science activity center. Yeah, that's how I paid off my college loan. And while doing this, we did a bunch of things, and all these little learnings of doing experiments all throughout your college led me an opportunity inside of Uber, where they said, you know what, startup didn't exist then. The word startup didn't exist. So they were like, oh, you have run a company. Great. Now come and run a city for us. And Uber was like, go launch markets for us. And that's when I got into that. Even when I was working for Uber, I kept doing little side projects. One of the side projects that I did when I was working for Uber is to start an e-commerce business. I ran that for 6 months, shut it down again because it was not exciting. But what happened because of that is I learned how to run e-commerce. That led me to the next job that I did, which was Klook, which was a travel tech company, right? I'm an engineer turned marketer is what somebody said, because I went into college to learn computer science, did learn how to code, did a couple of cool projects, but eventually realized what I really enjoy doing is marketing. That's what it led to. And I hope this becomes the biggest takeaway for all of you guys over the course of next 4 years, is that your outcome of success will have a direct correlation to the number of failures you've had in college. And when I say failures, I'm not talking about kitne marks aaye, right? We all know how to get marks, or else you would not have cleared your 11th and 12th, right? So 10 days before exam you study, you get marks. People who don't study even 5 days before are the people who fail. Utna effort maar dena, right? But use your time to bring out all these crazy ideas that you have, which people will laugh at, but build them. And people who don't have an idea, spend time with people who are building. So in that process, you learn. One very interesting thing that I'll tell you, because a lot of people said they want to become founders. Every person who worked at Crazy Heads back in the day with me, we were learning how to design. We were learning how to build things. There are people who are right now are head of designs of Creds, head of designs of Flipkart, engineers inside of Google's. They all came from where? They didn't come from IITs or anything like that. They came from a very unknown college. They were able to do everything because they build things. And I believe that Polaris has built the whole equation in a way that you build things. So build, fail, build, fail, build, fail. All these failures will compound to a big win, which you all are waiting for. So good luck there.
And one more thing. Yeah, Vaibhav, a lot of people, especially when they're young students, they have a perception that मेरा ना JEE में अच्छी rank नहीं आई. I was a school topper. I worked so hard for 2 years. Then one day I got nervous, or I got bad health, or probably it was not my day. And as a result, a lot of people think that they should have been there, but now for whatever reason they have not cleared IITs. And then what happens is that everybody around them starts giving them sympathy. Ki, no worries, it is fine, life, and which actually makes the situation even worse, because the thing that they need at that point is like peace of mind and like what to do next. But I've seen a lot of students in life take that baggage all through their college life, and it hits a lot of their confidence कि यार मेरा तो IIT में नहीं हुआ तो मैं कैसे करूँगा, and बाहर जाके basically सारी जॉब, सारी सक्सेस, सारे रोल्स तो इधर ही मतलब IITs वालों को ही मिलेंगे, तो what will I really do in life? Now you don't come from that background, as you said, you went to GIT, right? And despite that, you could grab a lot of really cool opportunities in life, right? Which probably a lot of IIT students would not even have had. What kind of different things, or what kind of common mistakes that you saw other people around you make, which you did not make, and as a result, you could get opportunities which generally even like top institute students do not get? And do you still think ki clearing IIT is a big dent for somebody at the age of 17, 18?
I mean, just to answer the second question, everybody who's managed to do it, they've only done it with sheer hard work, right? And I think they totally deserve it. And it's a hard exam to crack. There is no two ways around it. But what is the delta between? What is the difference between a very good college, not just IIT, Harvard, Stanford, any college that might be, versus a college which is not so well known? You know, a lot of people believe a lot of things, but here's the reality of every college that you get into, right? It's the biggest differentiator, according to me, are the people that are around us. Today, I'll tell you a difference. One of my trigger points when I was in college, first year of engineering, similar induction, and this is a true story. I've posted this about LinkedIn also. Okay, you can go and verify. One of my trigger points was when a professor in that day, we didn't have founders then, I wish there was, right? A professor was asking, what is your dream job? There was no question of what do you want to build. That didn't exist. Where do you want to work after 4 years? Everybody said Wipro, Accenture, TCS. Me, back of my heart, I'm like, I want to work for Google. That's Microsoft. You know, I want to do that. मेरा चांस आने से पहले ना, कुछ 10 चांसेस से पहले एक बच्चा ने उठ के बोल दिया Qualcomm. The whole class started bursting out in laughter, saying, dude, you're not in IIT, you're in Geetham. What are you thinking? And today, when the question was asked, how many of you want to become founders? And half of the people raised and the other people were clapping for them, is the difference that has happened already in the ecosystem around you. So the difference of a big college, big school versus everybody else has always been the people that you're surrounded with. That is one. 2, what are you being taught? Right? 3, who is teaching you this? भाई मेरे कॉलेज में ना मेरे प्रोफेसर जो होते थे वो मेरे कॉलेज में पढ़े थे, उनका जॉब नहीं लगा था, वही मेरे कॉलेज में PhD किए और प्रोफेसर्स बन गए. एंड दिस इज नॉट फनी गाइस. 95% of the colleges, in fact I could say 99% of the colleges in the country is still run like that. And here you had someone from Flipkart coming and telling you, I'm going to be a teacher. It's crazy, right? The delta is gone. In fact, you all of a sudden have an unfair advantage of, see, the beauty is that people will have not so many expectations and you will outright burst out of this box and kill it because of the access that you have. The right teachers, you don't have to sit and learn some nonsensical chemistry lab in your first year. I had to go through that shit. Pardon my French, but you get my point, right? You're coming in and somebody is like, मैं full stack developer हूँ, and somebody has already made a product out there. Somebody is designing stuff. You're in first year. That is the differential. So the difference is gone. And the unfair advantage that you come in with this setup like this is that you're questioning the regularities. Saying, why should I do a chemistry lab? I'm not going to become a chemist. अगर doubt आएगा तो ChatGPT को पूछ लूँगा. Right? मुझे कोड करना है, मुझे बिल्ड करना है, मुझे डिज़ाइन करना है, मुझे बेचना है, मुझे फाउंडर बनना है, और मैं फर्स्ट ईयर से वही करूँगा. The number of chances you get to fail is freaking 4 years. That is your biggest opportunity. I don't know even an IIT has it today. So I don't think there's any delta. I think there's only unfair advantages to look at. For people who come with this baggage that, yaar, I tried, it didn't happen, here you are. And you continue to try. And things will happen. There is no other way around it.
And one more thing, generally people who become techies in life, what kind of roles they do? The only thing they do is like sit across, वो दिन रात बस 12 घंटे बैठ के कंप्यूटर पे कोडिंग करते हैं और कोई प्रोडक्ट लाइव करते हैं, या इन जनरल once you start coding, once you start developing products, what are those unseen opportunities, or what are those not so common careers that you have seen techies really evolve into?
Techies are problem solvers, correct? I would say engineers are problem solvers, right? Any kind of engineering, funnily enough, right? You solve problems. One way of solving problems is writing code. But guess what? 90% of you, after 5 years, will get bored of writing the same code, right? So that's your entry in a lot of roles where you get into starting to write code. But eventually people usually flip into multiple. So our head of design was actually a developer. Head of product design. He was a developer who had who had interest in design, jumped into design, but then realized design तो कर लूंगा, लेकिन इसमें product management का भी चाहिए. So right now the guy who is a dropout, by the way, is the head of product and design for Growth School, was the head of product and design for Headout and InstaMojo before, right? This is one example, right? I have seen techies go out to become phenomenal marketers as well. I have seen techies becoming product managers. I have seen techies become product designers. Because in the end, you guys are problem solvers, right? But one thing that I would like to give as an advice to everyone is that as you're solving, see, a lot of time when you like writing, when you're creating, right? Try to think about why. What are you building? Why you're building? What problem are you solving? The moment you ask these three questions, the business appetite, the understanding of business starts building. And every techie who can understand business, this is the difference between an engineer to a 10x engineer. And if you want to become an engineer, why become a normal one? Become a 10x. Right? So yeah, ton of roles. Growth School. Yeah, Growth School was in a way my third startup. So I had figured out a lot of things by then. I'll tell you the challenges that I had faced during my first startup. Thanks, bro. Right? This was discovering Android back in the day when I was in college. One is that I wanted to build a product which was on the internet and I didn't have a laptop. So that was quite some problem. Two is that for you to start a website, you needed a domain hosting, all of these things, right? Neither did I have a money nor a card to swipe. So that was also a problem, right? So at this point of time, when you're trying to build, I think your only problem is going to be around this, right? यार ये करना है, पापा को पटाना है, पैसे चाहिए, पापा को बोलेगा पापा डोमेन चाहिए, होस्टिंग चाहिए, 5,000 रुपए चाहिए, ये क्या होता है, right? That is going to be your biggest problem. Sorry, that are probably going to be your biggest problems. But yeah, once you come into the real game of building, eventually you realize that you know how to do. You'll build. It gets to one thing that becomes a problem for every founder, and that is people. How do you manage people so that they do the work that you need them to do? But उतना तक क्यों पहुंचना है? अभी का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करो, बिल्ड करो. So most of the dropout stories that you hear, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong, are usually coming from not from India, from outside, and there's a reason for that. When you're studying in a college, the amount of coursework these international schools and colleges have is insane. Two is that they just are not interested to do it because they found a better opportunity than finishing graduation. You're in India, and I'm going to talk about the reality right here. You don't have to drop out because your college is not so demanding to start with that you have to drop out. Most of the people who drop out of India are basically like, यार नहीं होगा मेरे से. Because यार मैं भी 4 साल का engineering clear किया हूँ. At least the exam that you have to give to get a freaking certificate, right? That is 2 days of work right before the exam. How many subjects do you have? 5 subjects. So how much time do you need per semester? 10 days. How many semesters do you have? 8. 8 into 10, 80. 365 into 4. 80 divided by 365 into 4 is the percentage of time that goes into getting a certificate at max if you want to get an 8 percentile. Now, if you're okay with a 6 percentile, that becomes 1/4. So you don't have to drop out.
Anything lesser and then you don't get a percentile.
So you actually don't have to drop out. You have enough time to build all throughout. So it's a notion.
I'll also add something onto that here. So all the dropper stories that we hear in the world are the ones जिनका वो तुक्का चल गया. Like the people who drop out and they're not able to make big in life. Do you know any dropper story who's a failure? Because nobody is ever interested in bringing that story out. लोग कहेंगे एक तो ड्रॉप आउट कर लिया ऊपर से फेल और हो गया, ठीक है, तो वो खुद भी कभी नहीं बताएंगे कि हमने ड्रॉप आउट किया है. बट somebody who has dropped out and succeeded, they will always say कि यार we went against the world and we heard our calling and we took a bet and we succeeded. So all these stories that you hear are extremely biased because you are only hearing the successful cases. फॉर एवरी, हर मोहल्ले में ना एक बच्चा होता है जो क्रिकेट खेल के शायद स्टेट या रणजी पे जाता है या फिर नेशनल टीम में जाता है, बट उसके पीछे ना 1000 ऐसे और बच्चे होते हैं जो 10 साल तक क्रिकेट खेलते हैं बट वो किसी टीम में नहीं जाते. सो डोंट एवर गेट एक्साइटेड बाय जस्ट दैट वन स्टोरी आउट ऑफ 1000, बिकॉज वॉट इफ यू आर इन दैट 999. एंड एज Vaibhav said, like good founders, and both of us are founders, so we can say, there during our 4 years we get enough time to do basically both things, because academics, and यहाँ पे तो essentially you don't even have to do, as he said, chemistry lab में sulfur dioxide में carbon monoxide नहीं मिलाना ना, तो you will essentially do the same stuff that you need to do to build your startup. तो essentially आप एक साथ basically दो चीजें करोगे, right? And then like what a lot of youngsters essentially go wrong is, यार founder बनना ना मतलब life में, since you spoke about dropping out and becoming a founder बनना is like life में ना दिन के 12-15 घंटे basically एक ही प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते रहना, right? And I think that is the biggest problem, and that's the toughest part in being a founder. Now if you say कि यार नहीं मेरे को Instagram भी करना है, मेरे को wanderlust भी पूरी करनी है, मेरे को रील्स भी बनानी है, ठीक है, और मेरे को स्पोर्ट्स में भी खेलना है, मेरे को कॉलेज में भी नंबर लेके आने हैं, फिर मेरे को फाउंडर भी बनना है, और फिर उस पर कुछ लोग कहेंगे एक साथ 2-2 स्टार्टअप चलाऊंगा, बहुत फैशनेबल है, ठीक है, तो नहीं होगा. एसेंशियली योर आउटपुट, वॉट एवर यू डू इन लाइफ, is a function of your priorities, and your priorities are essentially a function of your choices, and your choices are a function of what do you want the most in reality. So if you really want to basically do something great, you can easily do it while being in your 4-year program by cutting out everything else in life which is noise and not important. Don't go and let's say party for an year and save all of that time. Don't play online games for an year and save all of that time, and try building a product. You will not need to drop out of the college, and that is the right way to do it, because for every dropout who makes it in life, there are at least 10,000 dropouts who are not able to make it in life, and 1 out of 10,000 is 0.01%, which is hard. So life में risk लो, but risk and gamble के बीच में ना एक thin line होती है. When probability of success goes beyond a certain cutoff, it is not a risk, it's a gamble. So don't gamble your lives. Cool. With that, I think we'll
the story that I started of the classroom, right, was actually the reason why I started Growth School. And funnily enough, I know 5 years later or 10 years later that problem will not exist, because like I said, right, like when you want to learn, when you are in jobs, when I was trying to level up, trying to do well in my life, I was always stuck because I didn't get the opportunity to learn from the right people at the velocity that I wanted. So I felt my college education in a way failed me. So, and if it has failed me by not giving me the right professors, not giving the right network, not giving me the right exposure, it must have failed millions of people who are like me. How can I solve that problem for them? So at Growth School, what we do is like exactly what I was trying to tell you guys, right? Who teaches at Growth School? We say you learn from the best. Who are the best? People who are doing the jobs that you want to do tomorrow. What are these jobs? I want to be an engineer at a Google. I want to be a product manager at a Flipkart. We got those people to teach people who were sitting in a TCS Wipro so that they can level up. They were learning what? Instead of learning random nonsense, they started to learn from these people exactly the things that folks at Google or a Flipkart were actually doing. And then who were they learning with? A bunch of other people who are just like them, who are stuck. So that is the problem that I was trying to solve. Now what Polaris is doing here is they are trying to solve the same problem, but from the roots of it. Right? So I have a very strong feeling that 10 years from now, the Growth School's problem will not exist anymore if the roots are solved. So that's what excites me the most about a setup like this. Make sense?
Let's give it a big one for Vaibhav.